Yo, as always, like, share, subscribe. Now let's just get into it. So I asked y'all to drop me questions in here, and you did. So let's go. Let go. So let's see. I'm gonna start with the scandal, questions. Soupness 2002 says, "What do you think will come of the scandal? Guilty, not guilty? What kind of punishment you think they will give? Will Harbaugh leave because of this? Would you throw Harbaugh a lifetime contract?" I'm really not sure, honestly. And a lot of people are just running with this, mainly Ohio State fans in their podcasts and stuff. I was just watching one, and they're just running with it. He needs to be fired tomorrow. He needs to be gone. Harbaugh. They're going crazy. Like, calm down, bro. Like, you out of hand. I'm watching this stuff like crazy. I'm glued to the screen about this. Like, bro, you need to calm down. But, the guy Stallions, he was doing some questionable stuff. Now, did the staff know exactly what he was doing? That's not proven yet. So that's the thing to me, and that's why I haven't taken they didn't do it, they did it stance like everybody else. Once the NCAA does their investigation and the NCAA comes out with what they actually found and what's a fact, then I'll speak on exactly what it is. Until then, I'm just waiting and watching. I'm not going to sit here and, oh, no, we didn't do anything. Then I look stupid. Oh, they did everything. Everybody knew about it. You find out they didn't. Now you look stupid. Like, I'm just going to let it play out, Now, was he doing something questionable? Probably. Did the staff know? We don't know for sure. Now, I know Ohio State, yeah, you did. And this is my problem with these Ohio State fans. They're taking little clips of the game. Oh, Ohio State looked to the sideline. Then Michigan looked to the sideline. And then they pointed up like they knew the play. You could literally watch any college football game and see something like that happen. That proves nothing. The guy, he's on the sideline and he's got little hand signals and stuff like that. You could probably go on any sideline in college football and see the same thing. That doesn't prove anything. That don't prove nothing. It just proves your little fandom. Oh, see, something. I knew it. We got them. The Big Ten needs to take Michigan down today. See, we've got proof. You see, he's on video. You can see him. We look to the sideline, then they look to the sideline. It's right there. Man, shut up. I'm so tired of y'all. Man, just wait to see what is going on. Everything that pops up on they feed, they run with it like it's fact and truth. Everything. It don't matter what it is, they running with it. So I'm just waiting to see. Now, this is the thing, and I know you got your other fans or mostly Ohio State fans, honestly, let's just be real, that, something's going to happen. One, this is why it's not likely anything's going to happen and ruin this season for Michigan. One, Michigan, once the NCAA finds their stuff, send it to Michigan. Michigan can send their stuff back and say they're fighting it or whatever, and they have 90 days. If they sent it tomorrow, that would be February. So that's one. Two, they're trying to say, the Big Ten is going to stop this. The Big Ten might get two teams in the playoff. I don't know where y'all stay. I live in America. Last time I checked, the Big Ten and pretty much every corporation or entity, what they care about. Now, if you're an American, I hope you know the answer to this question. It is the almighty dollar. You can like it, love it. As much as you Ohio State fans hate Michigan, boy, y'all ain't that emotional right now. You got to think logical now. Can I come back down to earth? I know you're mad, but come back down to earth. Let's think logically. If If the Big Ten has two teams that can possibly make the playoff, they're going to ride with that and then sort it out whenever it's time to get sorted out. Like, let's think logically now. Put your fandom down. Let's think logically. So that's what it is now. With you said Harbaugh's punishment. Now that I really don't know what the punishment could be. It could be. It all depends on how deep it goes and how exactly what they find. I can't say that right now because I don't know. The way they're getting this information, somebody is doing something shady. And you just can't get into these files. Oh, they're saying they've got files, not the NCAA, some private firm, investigative firm or something got files from Michigan. I don't know if any of y'all worked at even just some regular big time companies. You can't just get into these files in without, like, it's not easy to just access files from other people's from an organization and stuff like that. There's rules and regulations about that. So we don't know if they can even use some of this stuff because it was gotten in an illegal way. That's what that's some of the speculation. Nothing we know right now is a fact. All we know is this dude, the only facts we got is this dude had a 600-page Michigan manifesto on how he was going to take over Michigan's program. This guy is crazy. So we've got that. We know he bought tickets. We don't know exactly what they did with the scouts that went there. We don't know exactly. It's all speculation. Calm down, Ohio State fans. I know y'all getting ready to type. It's all speculation. Because let's say I go to Ohio State, a football game. I'm decked in Michigan gear. If I'm at the game, I'm going to be recording everything. And let me say this, because people aren't thinking logically anymore. If you go to a game, them cameras, I don't care what stadium you are, those stadium cameras aren't good enough to see exactly what, if I got my phone like this, you're not going to be able to see exactly what I'm pointing at. You're not going to, it's directly at the sideline. You're not going to be able to tell. Unless he's right on the 50-yard line, right above like the best seats in the stadium. Then you may be able to tell because he's sitting like this. But besides that, you're going to have to be like this. You're not going to know what he's looking at. That's how I think. But I'm a little more logical. I don't just get on here and just, I saw something here. I saw something there. Oh, it's coming down. I'm logical. I've been just soaking all this stuff in. And I'm waiting for the actual report from the NCAA. Not some guy on Twitter. Not some guy over here. Not some guy over there. So that's the thing, I'm not seeing a little video of Michigan doing something that every college team does, look to the sideline and get a play or change a play and then saying, see. I'm not doing that over here. Now, Ohio State fans, they crying. They want us gone so bad. They try to say we're crying, but it's really them. Because they want us to not be able to finish this season so bad. I see a few every here and there. Like, no, we'll beat them. Let's not do. We gonna take them out. But a lot of them, they're just the Big Ten needs to step in and stop this. They don't want to play that game. And they can. I know what they're gonna say. You guys ducked us in 2020. Well, let's say we did. Well, 2020, what was going on in 2020? What was going on? Oh, it was the pandemic that was going on, COVID-19. And if I recall correctly, Ohio State canceled their game against Illinois. Why'd y'all do that? Well, being as we all went through the pandemic, if you're around a bunch of people and one person has it and y'all are all in close contact, pretty much that whole room is going to get COVID. We all went through the pandemic. Like, let's be 100 about it, the ducking the game. You know what I'm saying? but that's neither here nor there. So that's pretty much what I got on it, y'all. I'm more of a wait and see kind of person because I don't like to run with stuff, and then when it's wrong, I look stupid. I just rather wait and see. I don't know what I know that's fact. I just said, and then when we see the full story from the NCAA, then I'll get on here and say, okay, this is what it is. We all got the report. We see it. Harbaugh's been suspended, or Michigan gets a slap on the wrist and loses this or that or whatever. Waiting and see. So that's that for the most part, y'all. I honestly get tired of talking about this because I'm going to get a bunch of Ohio State trolls in here and they just going to say anything. But, it is what it is. I like talking football. I'm not a news journalist type of guy. I'm football. We talking what's on the field, so that's why you don't see me jump on here because it's just, I don't like it. Even if it was Ohio State, I wouldn't be on here jumping on there. That's just not who I am. But all right, let's get to this. Let's get to the real questions. Mr. Anderson, 88 says, heard you say you played football semi-professionally. What was your most memorable play / moment? I'd say my most memorable. That's two, so I'll give you the two. The play that stuck out for me and was just good. I hadn't played football in a long time when I decided to try to play semi-pro again. And then, it was a smaller team, so I didn't have to fight too hard to get in there. But I was a pretty good athlete. So once I got back in shape, because I was working after work, I'm hitting the weights before work, doing drills, going to practice, working, going to practice, and then after work, I'm lifting weights and might hit the field by myself or might hit it with my nephew. So I was slowly getting back in shape, and then I got to start or play consistently at least. But I was starting most of the time. But the play that stuck out to me I think it was like a sweep. It was like a sweep to the running back. This is like the second play. And I just flew. I was playing safety. I just flew, met him in the backfield, tackle for loss, first play. It was like, okay, yeah. I knew I could still do this. I knew I could do this. That confidence. You need that confidence. So that was my confidence builder. Like, hey, I can still play. Like it ain't over. I can still play. So that was just a great feeling knowing that I could still play. The moment that was the biggest. This isn't even my moment though. This is It was a guy on our team. He was just a football player. This dude been playing semi-pro for a long time. I think he kind of almost made pro, but I don't even remember his name because it's been so long. But he was a receiver, and he was built up, kind of built like a Hines Ward type. But we were in a tight, close game, and we needed to score a touchdown. And the quarterback was just going to him every play, just going to him every play he going to him. And when I tell you this dude put on a clinic, like just comeback routes, out routes, just eating them up, not going out of bounds at first, hitting the dude with a spin move, a juke move, boom, then go out of bounds. Like, whoo, you talking about putting on a clinic like yeah. This dude is something serious. Like, he been playing football a long time, or, just the wherewithal, the way he handled himself in that 2-minute drill. All I can say is he was cold. He was cold, like a real veteran football player, and it was just beautiful to see somebody, they know you getting the ball, and you just making plays, like, for real. But it was fun. I used to go at him in practice. I was the type I might get wake up on the wrong side of the bed, boy. I'm coming at you hard in practice for real. This is like the game. I'm coming at you, and I'm talking stuff. But yeah, I wish I could play semi-pro more. It just takes a lot because if you're working, you still got to lift weights. You still got to train. You still got to go to the field and get your footwork drills in. Like, I just ain't got the energy. Okay, I spent too much time on that one. But Ruko Tomo says, if the season were to end today and JJ returns for a senior season, what are the areas that Michigan should target in the transfer portal? For me, it's more dynamic receiver. No disrespect to our receivers. I think they're good and much improved from last year, but somebody who can take the top off would be real nice. I think that's a fact because corner we're pretty much straight. Safety we're pretty much straight with Zeke Berry, with Zeke, and I think McBurrows is / a safety corner now. Zeke Berry and Keon Sabb. So we're straight there. I think receiver is the only position we really might want to get a transfer. Maybe running back. But besides that, I think you got nailed it with receiver. We do need somebody that can take that top off. You know, we definitely need that. So you right on that. I think it's receiver. That's if JJ comes back. Appreciate the comment. Slade Expectation says, what do you think about reaction to all these controversies getting from other sports podcasts like MS2? To me, it shows true colors, just how scared and how they clearly expect to lose. It's just sad to see other fan bases cry so hard about something so minimal. They wonder why their school gets called soft. To me, I mean, these guys are really trying to grow. So a lot of them are just milking it because that's the number one subject. And they know a lot of these people that are just watching YouTube, college football fans, they're going to click on it. Michigan scandal, Michigan caught cheating. You're going to click on it and watch, you know. So they're milking it for views, which I can't knock them for. I just don't like to sit and talk about that stuff because it's my team. So I want to know for sure what happened. But for them, they can just clown. Minister Sports, they just clown. They clown it. Chris is just clowning about it. I know it's just hilarious for him. Zach is a little more serious about it, but it's just content for them. You know, it's just a way to boost their ratings, and I'm sure it has. Now, like the Buckeye Scoop, not the host, the other guy that comes on, he's just ridiculous. They need to be banned today. It's going to happen. I can't believe he's just ridiculous, and he sounds scared for real. And you know, so they are scared. Like, it's a fact. They're scared. Most of them, not all of them, but most of them do not want to have to face Michigan this year. They don't even want to have to deal with the pressure of that game. They want to just, okay, we done already beat Penn State. We cool. You know what I'm saying? They don't want to have to deal with possibly losing to Michigan because it's a possibility, you know? So and the fact that they know their offense been struggling. Y'all ain't been looking like y'all just a team that's lights out. So, you know, they worried about it. But it does make them look soft because they whining and crying a lot. You know, and they going to try to say, you guys are whining and crying. I ain't crying about nothing right now. I'm just waiting to see it. I'm just really enjoying this season. I hate we got a bye week. I don't get to watch my team. So, let's see. Ruko Tomo says, what do you think JJ needs to work on? And do you think he's ready for the NFL? In my opinion, he's very good. He's very, very good. Definitely has the talent. I think another year would do him good because of that. NFL is no joke. And having 3 years of starting experience makes a huge difference. Plus, you don't see a lot of guys with only 3 years of college go pro at QB. Also, he needs to work on his deep ball. I need to look up the numbers, but it just feels like he hits 30% of balls over 35 or 40. Well, 35 or 40, he don't throw many of them, so that's that right there. You know, but a deep ball, I think it's 25 and further. He's up there for like 20. I think it's 20 or further is considered a deep ball, or 25. It's not as far as we think it is, you know, and he's up there for that. Like he's a high up there, but he needs to work on his touch and, putting air on the ball and leading receivers. JJ likes to throw on a rope a lot of the times to where he lasers it in there, but let's say a guy's running a post or a deep crossing route. He'll laser it in there, and the receiver is running this way. He's going this way, and he'll have to go like this a lot of the times, instead of being able to be like this. That's what he does a lot because he throws it so hard and he's rifling it where he was. It's getting there fast, so it's still a pretty good pass, but it's usually a little behind sometimes on those those throws that you want him to lead him in front so the receiver can just catch it and keep running, catch it in stride. So that's one of his problems, and it's his touch on the deep balls. He tries to rifle that in there. He doesn't put that air under it so a receiver can, run and go get it, run up under it. He doesn't do that too much at all, really. He ain't did it, and I ain't seen him do it at all, really, this year. The last time I really saw him do that was probably Ohio State. He did it at Ohio State, TCU, I believe. But he don't do it. He don't do it enough. Like he doesn't know. He doesn't know exactly when to do it. That's what I'm seeing from him. But another year would help him. But it just depends on who comes out and who stays. Caleb Williams might not come out this year. He's probably thinking about it. Maybe not. So that's one less top quarterback. JJ's stock has risen a lot. So, if Caleb don't come out, he might be the time to go on come out. Because I don't think Deion's son is coming out this year either. You'll probably have Michael Penix, Bo Nix. I'm not sure how high Bo Nix's stock is, but if Caleb don't come, this might be his year to go and jump while his stock is high. But next year he would probably be able to put up better numbers, and he'd be more polished. So, but he's definitely got some things to work on. Let's see. Bruce McGraw says, "Who do you think, given the way we've been playing, has the best chance of beating us?" Boy, Bruce, you got a lot of questions. You wrong for that. You wrong for all these questions you done lined up in here. So Bruce just made this gonna be about an hour and a half video messing with him. So let's knock it out, y'all. Bruce says, "Who do you think, given the way we've been playing, has the best chance of beating us?" I think it's still Ohio State. It's not. If we're talking about Big Ten, it's still Ohio State. Penn State, their pass game isn't good enough. Now, I know you're going to say, well, Ohio State has Marvin Harrison, Mbuka. They still got weapons. Stover, and they still got Ryan Day, who can call good plays. He's not just a horrible play caller. He just don't run it probably when he needs to. And they really can't run it this year, so he got an excuse now. But as far as nationally, I probably wouldn't want to play Oregon. That's spread, mobile QB, and their team looks fast on offense and defense. I probably wouldn't want to play them, honestly. Given that Colorado has picked up a QB for 2025, should that increase our chances of picking up Underwood? You would think. I can't say for sure. I don't follow recruiting barely at all until these dudes sign because, they kids. They're giving you verbals, and then, I'll just wait for them to sign. But you would think it would, but you never know. Sometimes they want to duke it out. He just wants to go to Colorado that bad. He's got to be with Deion in prime, so we'll have to wait and see. Do you think our running game has declined because Oluwatimi was able to get off his blocks and get to the second level far better than Nugent? That's definitely true. Oluwatimi was a beast. He didn't miss a beat and probably was an upgrade. So losing him definitely hurt. And the run game has declined some. That's just a fact. I mean, you can say whatever, guys in the box, but it's declined. It's not as good. They're not run blocking as good as they did last year. So, but that definitely is part of it. Would you advise JJ to declare for the draft or stay the way he can take Davis under his wing? Now, me being a Michigan fan, I want him to stay because next year our schedule is a gauntlet. It is ugly and it is not going to be fun. You know, if we ain't winning, I mean, if we winning, it's fun. If we losing some of these games, then it ain't fun no more. So, yeah, I would want him to stay. Obviously, I want him to stay. But if that money is there, you just have to see who's all staying and going. For these top first round possible guys, it's quarterbacks. It's all about who stays and who goes. Okay. There's four quarterbacks possibly that could be taken in the first round that stock has risen that high. Look into 2024, there's only 2. Okay, let me stay and come out, 2024. That's just a hypothetical. That's not a fact. That was just a hypothetical. So don't nobody go do the research and then come back here, So it's all about who's coming out, what other quarterbacks are coming out. Here's a segue to the last question. If you advise McCarthy to leave and he does, who would you go after in the portal, or would you stick with Tuttle? I wouldn't stick with Tuttle. Who would I go after? I'm not sure, honestly. Honestly, I'm not sure who's got more years and who's good. Yeah, I'm not sure about that one because I'm not sure who's good and who's got more years and isn't trying to leave. So I don't know about that one, bro. How likely is it that Moore is gone after this season, and who do you know of that could replace him? Moore, I'm not sure if Moore is gone. I'm not sure if Moore is gone just yet. He's going to have some offers probably. He's probably going to have some offers, but I'm not sure if he's gone just yet. Now, after next year, probably. He's probably gone. Who could replace him? I'm not sure. I always say Joe Brady. I'm not sure where he's at right now, but what he did for Joe Burrow and LSU, that's always first on my list, But besides that, I'm not sure, honestly. I am not sure. Yeah, I'm not sure. I can't remember a coordinator that we had in the past that I really liked, or who can still fit Harbaugh's system of what he wants to do. So that one, I don't know. I'm gonna go with Joe Brady. Now I'm not sure we could get him, but that's who I would want. Given everything that happened now with the scandal, what would you consider a suitable punishment? I don't know. I can't say a punishment when we don't know everything that's happened. What's fact or what's been gotten illegally or illegally, that what can be used against us. I gotta wait for the NCAA. Can't give out a punishment if I don't know the full extent of the crime. What would you extend Harbaugh's contract to, and how much? Would you factor into the contract any liability given the scandal? That I don't know. I mean, I would give him a lifetime one, honestly. The way it's going, besides the scandal stuff, I'd give him the lifetime contract. Now, how much money that is, I don't know, bro. I don't got time to think about all these figures and stuff. But I'd give him the lifetime and work it out however you got to work it out. But that's just how I would do it. Depending on this scandal stuff, we don't know what's going on with it. How would you deal with the negative recruiting, talking about the scandal and us being labeled cheaters? I think you should attend Michigan because that's a good question. That because other coaches are going to use it against you and go, Michigan's going to be on this, Michigan's going to get punished. You might not be able to go on a bowl game. Yeah, they might get away with it, but you don't know for sure. So you might as well come here because we're not into that stuff. And honestly, it'd be a hard sell. It's going to be a hard sell right now. I'm not sure what I would say. You could talk about the Michigan man, the brotherhood, and all that stuff, but the kid's gonna be looking at you kind of sideways with all this stuff in the media. Like, let's be real. You try to come talking about Michigan man and integrity and stuff, whether it's true or false. They're looking at ESPN. They're gonna be looking at you sideways, like, bro, what are you talking about? Like, My pitch would be, if it's defense, showing all these NFL players that we've sent to the league. You know what I'm saying? Running back, you see all these touchdowns Blake is getting. I'm not going to say it like this, but this could be you. JJ, I would push the players. Like, look at what these guys are doing. You see JJ McCarthy's, he's almost up for the Heisman, He's ranked number 1 on DraftKings for the Heisman. I would push the players in the production. This could be you balling. This could be you getting almost 20 TDs, Blake Corum. This could be you, Roman Wilson, with 11 TDs with what, 5 games left or 4 games left. That's what I would push. This could be you, Dax Hill, pick 6, throwing on the Buffs. Yeah, he looking cold on the sideline, ain't he? That could be you, son. So that's what I would push the players. The players, what they're doing, the accomplishment, all that stuff. That's what I would push. If you were anointed head of the NIL collective, leaders and best, how would you structure our NIL? How do you be competitive by pulling in all the top prospects without inducing the sign via money? My thing is, isn't that what the NIL is? I mean, isn't that what NIL is pretty much based out of? Signing for money? That's the whole basis of it, if we being real. So I would push the NIL that way, honestly, I would push it that way because that's what it's meant to be pushed. Let's be real. That's what it's meant for. It's to push these players. You can come here and get this bag. We're going to help you get this bag, son. That's what it is. Anybody that says different, they're lying or they just confused. Or they don't live in America where money is king. So I would push that, but I'm not. The guy would have to be a team guy. Like, I want to be great. He'd have to want to come to Michigan already just because he likes Michigan. And he has to be a worker. I want to be great. Because you can have a guy that's a top 5 guy and he might be a horrible team guy. I mean, a 5-star guy, he might be a horrible team guy. Then you throw him the bag and he don't help you at all, really. He's just there. And if something happens, he's going to the next school. So I would focus on, you can get your bag. Yeah, and you're going to get this money. We're going to have it. We're going to set you up where you're going to be able to make a nice amount of money. But I'm looking at his character, his work ethic, and does he really love Michigan or does he really want to be at Michigan? That's what has to come first. You're going to get the bag. You get here. But you got to want to wear that. You want to wear that jersey. It has to mean something to you. You can have a few guys where they just kind of there, but you got to have most of them dudes all together, focused on one goal, being one unit, one team, togetherness. That's how you have to have it. So you can't just throw the bag at some of these dudes and then they don't care. A lot of these dudes don't care. So that's just what I'd set it up to where you have your different endorsements and possibilities, but the team and actually wanting to be at Michigan comes first. And do you fit what we're trying to do here? That's what comes first. Then the bag after that. And he said, keep up the good work. Go Blue. Boy, you got me sweating, Bruce. I got moisture. Precipitation. Messing with you all them questions. Let's see. True freshman Samaj Morgan is going to be a baller. Any former Michigan players he reminds you of? And that's from Hey Arnold, got a football head. Yeah. And he ain't a former player. He playing on defense. Mike Sainristil. Mike Sainristil. That's who he reminds me of right now. You know, and somebody said Jeremy Gallon. Somebody said Jeremy Gallon. Jeremy Gallon was a little yoked up, short tank with the quickness and stuff. You know, he could possibly get big like that, but you know, Samaj Morgan's frame and stuff right now, he kind of reminds me of Mike Sainristil. You know, the quickness, able to make big time catches, because that back shoulder touchdown, that was a big time catch. Can make guys miss, you know, is hungry. He reminds me of Mike Sainristil. Todd Johnson, will they enforce the rules to all programs or just target some? You know, who knows? What I think possibly could happen is you're probably going to see mics in the helmets for like quarterbacks and stuff. You're probably going to see that outdated rule to where you don't see all those signs on the sideline. You're going to see guys with, you know, the earpieces in the helmet. I think that's what's going to come next, just to cut all of this out, honestly, or most of it out. The true king in the North. Are these allegations so serious that they could strip Michigan of a possible national title win? What do you think? Serious consequences or just a slap on the wrist? I have no idea right now. I don't know. I wish I could tell you it's just going to be a slap on the wrist, bro, but I don't know. You know, if you watch Michigan content, a lot of them are saying this is BS. It's going to be a slap on the wrist. Stallion was doing this. If you watch OSU podcast, this is the end of Michigan forever. They're gonna stop teaching classes and they're gonna stop playing football forever. So it's just who you get your content from, you know. Michigan, most Michigan podcasts are saying this is BS, slap on the wrist. OSU, it's the death penalty. It's Michigan should never be able to play football again. They getting ridiculous over there, but you know. So I don't know though. I'm not either one of them. I don't know. I'm just gonna tell you. I'm gonna say what they should be saying. They don't know. They're just assuming on both sides. So we gotta wait and see. Jay Marion says, what up, Johnny? Players like Khalil Hudson, Josh Metellus, Chris Wormley, Michael Dwumfour, etc. are still in the NFL. What does that say about Michigan's player development? That these dudes are lasting longer than a lot of the first rounders from other big schools. Michigan develops players because they have a NFL coach. You know, so the learning curve when they get to the NFL is it's probably not going to be as big because they've literally got a coach that took a team to the Super Bowl and a couple NFC championships. You know, so as much as people try to act like Harbaugh don't know what he's doing or whatever, this dude has took a team to 2 NFC championships and a Super Bowl and was a few yards from winning the Super Bowl. So these players are prepared for what comes with the NFL because their coach is an NFL coach, you know? So that's part of it right there. And that's why a lot of teams draft Michigan players because they know what they're getting with them. 2, ESPN is putting out a lot of these reports from Pete Thamel. Many say that Urban Meyer friend. Do you think Urban, Gene Smith, and Crying Ryan are behind some of these leaks? Also, Pete Thamel broke the Manti Te'o's girlfriend story, and we all remember how that turned out. It's possible. I don't really know. I don't know, bro. Like, I wish I did know exactly where they're getting all this information from, and you know, I just don't know, bro. I don't know, man. I don't know, man. I don't know what's going on. Do you think for once the Michigan powers to be can back Harbaugh and be like you, Georgia, Bama, Texas, and give the middle finger to the NCAA, who will be irrelevant in a few years anyway? Yeah, I think they need to. I think with this they have to kind of have his back, because if they don't, it's gonna be bad for everybody. It ain't just gonna be bad for Harbaugh. So you need to fight this, and if when the NCAA comes with their report and send it to Michigan, Michigan can fight this. This thing could be in courts for years, to where we almost don't even remember it anymore. This thing could be in court for years. That's if Michigan wants to fight. Gregory Moore says, who is there to teach JJ to throw the ball away? Extending the play is a must at times, but in some cases you have to get rid of the rock to save yards. Other than that, go blue. I think he's done I think first we got to understand that's JJ. We can't get on him. I mean, we can't praise him when he's making all these touchdowns by extending the play and doing that stuff, and then get on him when he takes a sack against Michigan State trying to do that. You know what I'm saying? Because if he's not doing it, you won't know when it is time for him to do it. Nobody's going to be perfect. I know as fans, we want these dudes to be perfect, be robots, but it just don't work like that. Now, let's be honest, he's way better than he was. He's pretty much got it out of him, but he trusts himself as an athlete. So he thinks he can make that guy miss. And even on the Michigan State play, he almost did make that guy miss, but he tripped he got his leg, and he took a sack. But so, he's learning it. That's just him, He did against Bowling Green. Let me not forget that. He did, do that against Bowling Green also. So he's learning it, but it's just, compare him to last year when he was doing some wild and crazy kids type stuff. So he ain't that no more. So he's learning, it's just this dude was a Brett Favre, Johnny Manziel type guy. So, it's just got to keep working it in him. But you can see the progress. We see the progress in him learning, okay, be smart. Be smart about it. Okay, Soupness says, what do you think will... Okay, I didn't answer the scandal stuff, so I'm just going to pass that one. Jack Package says, are we about to be banned from the playoff? That's all I care about at this point. I doubt it, bro. Not likely. That's not likely, because, and I already answered it in the beginning, Michigan has 90 days to reply or retort, appeal, whatever it is, back to the NCAA. So they'll have it'll be 90 days from then, so it's just not likely. Anything's possible, but it's just not probable. Predict Oregon versus Utah. That's a hard one. Oregon's got that offense, but Utah plays, the question when you go against an offense like this, and you're in a conference where most of these teams don't play defense like that. Utah is I look at Utah like a Big Ten team that's in the Pac-12, because that's what they play like. They play like a Big Ten team. So they're gonna bring their hard hat, and they're gonna be playing some defense. Now, will Utah be able to create enough offense? Because I think Oregon's defense is kind of good for the most part. I'm not saying they're great or anything, but I think Oregon has a good offense, good, maybe great offense, with good defense, And I know Utah can play good, maybe great defense, good defense, and good fundamentally sound defense in Utah, but I'm not sure how good Utah's offense is going to be against Oregon's defense. So that's the question right there. If I was to pick, I'd probably say it's hard to pick against Utah in these games, but I want to say Oregon, but I wouldn't be surprised if Utah won, honestly. But if I had to pick, I'd probably say Oregon reluctantly. So that's what I got on that one. That's a sign stealing. I'm gonna pass that. Let's see. Steve7828 says, I've never seen a softer fan base more than OSU. They are making all excuses. I truly believe they are digging their own grave with all this nonsense. You think Michigan beats them by 4 scores this year now? I don't know if they beat them like that, but I know Michigan is going to be very focused when they play Ohio State, because I know these players are hearing all this stuff that they're talking. So Michigan will be a focused team when they play Ohio State. I think Michigan's going to be highly focused the rest of the season because they've got a bunker mentality now where, they're hearing this speculation, but they don't know exactly what's going on for sure because they're working and they're grinding. They still got to go to class. They still got to work out. They still got to eat right. They still got to get their drills in. They still got to do all this stuff. So they're focused on the season because all their goals are still right there. It's just the fans are on in the internet all day talking, but these players are focused. So I think Michigan is going to be focused the rest of the season. So all this Ohio State speculation and they're just talking and it's all over the internet. Y'all ain't doing nothing but making this team focused and writing a check that the OSU players are going to have to cash. Because this Michigan team is going to be focused. They're going to be laser focused. You said we was cheating? All right. We're going to show y'all. So that's what I think. JSJ says, why Chris Jenkins keep getting spun out of position on single man-on-man run blocking all the time? Every time he's in there and they run his direction, his gap is usually open. He keeps getting spun around 90% of the time out of position. I don't get that. KJ better than this. I'm not sure, bro. I'm not sure about that. I haven't rewatched and just watched him to see that. Because usually when I see him, I see us give up some plays, but then usually it comes into a 3rd and short, and him and Mason Graham are flying off the screen, hitting somebody in the backfield. So I'm gonna have to watch him close next game, or I might go back and watch Michigan State or one of the other games and just watch him specifically. Alex Heron says, how come Cornelius Johnson hasn't been playing since Bowling Green? Cornelius has been out there. He had a couple catches against Michigan State. He's out there. He's just, the ball gets spread around to so many people. Nobody gets a lot of touches. He might get 1, 2, 3 catches or 1 catch or no catches. Same with Roman. Roman just gets touchdowns. He might have one touchdown, 1 catch for 15 yards and a touchdown. Donovan Edwards, they just spread it around to so many guys. Roman might have a catch. Cornelius, Loveland, Barner, Blake, Donovan Edwards, what's his name? Tyler Morris. There's just Samaj Morgan. There's just so many guys that JJ is just spreading it around. So nobody's just eating, but Cornelius Johnson has been playing. I think he has more yards than Roman Wilson. He just don't have as many touchdowns. I think he's only got like 1 touchdown, but I think he's got more yards than Roman, honestly. Is it time to totally demote the Don? I wouldn't say that. Honestly, when he's in there, the run blocking, it's not always him. Sometimes it is, but sometimes it's the run blocking. It's just not good sometimes. So it's hard to say. I wouldn't demote him because he's still got that big play, he's still got that big play potential. And Khalil Mullins has been out. We still don't know if he's going to be back or when. So, you never know when Donovan is going to break out. He had a couple runs against Michigan State. I thought he was about to break the big one, but he he's not getting through there. You know, he's not running through some of those tackles like he did last year. Let's see. I think that's about it. We got a Ohio State troll, and we got another Ohio State troll. So that's about it for that, you know. But you know, I'm just waiting to see about this speculation, all this talk. You know, Ohio State fans, they just this is the thing about Ohio State. They haven't been able to talk any good trash to us for 2 years. So this gave them some trash talk. So now they don't have to say the TCU or the bowl game stuff. Now they can say, "Oh, you guys cheated." So this just gave them some ammo for their trash talk, because they really haven't been able to talk any real trash for 2 years. So that's what's going on with them. They trying to catch up on the trash talk because, you know, somebody like me been trolling them to death. I've been trolling them boys to death. I do that like it's my job now. I be trolling them boys like it's my job. So, you know, it's just what I do. But they be coming in here, you know, talking that stuff. But Bruce McGraw, you got me tired, bro. I'm tired after all the questions you had. So let me get off of here. Appreciate the comments. We got a bye week this week, so I'll probably do something else or go live maybe Saturday instead of Sunday. I'll probably check with Marcus. Probably do a call-in show. I don't know if I'll do a call-in show because I can't take much of this speculation talk, because I know everybody going to be wanting to talk about it. So we'll see. But that's all I got for this one, y'all. Like, share, subscribe, and as always, go blue.